YouTube, it's your boy J-Wall checking in, man. Hey, today they dropped a patch 4 notes for NBA 2K25. So today I want to get into the good, bad, and the ugly of them patch notes and just talk about everything that's happening, the changes being made. So don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and turn on them post notifications, and let's get into it. So I'll only be covering the gameplay changes because that's all I care about. I'm assuming that's what most of y'all care about. So for the gameplay changes, separated light pressure coverage into 3 bands: weak, moderate, strong, for more detailed shot feedback. So basically, when you get a light pressure, it's now going to say either weak, moderate, or strong instead of just saying light pressure. You know, that's going to be helpful, I guess, for knowing like the kind of BS that's going on, because sometimes you're pretty much wide open and it says light pressure and you're like, how the hell did he get a light pressure on that? So I'm honestly not too mad at this change, but we all know the contest system is just a little bit fried on this game, so I don't really know how much of a difference it's gonna make other than just make us more angry for seeing things that are like super, you know, strong pressure, moderate pressure when you're wide open. So I don't know, a decent change, I guess, not anything crazy. So moving on. So the next change we had, which is actually a good change, but however it should have already been in the game anyway, is trailing defenders will no longer be able to interrupt skilled dunk attempts and force dunkers into layups when bumping them from behind. No diddy. But yeah, man, I don't know, it seems like you have a parachute on when you run to the basket on this game, so a lot of times people, you already beat them and they will get in front of you somehow and take you out of your dunks, or they'll be behind you and take you out of your dunks. So I'm glad that's addressed because that is really annoying. However, they didn't buff the dunk meter again though, and as you know, if you have a high dunk build, you know when you try to dunk over people, sometimes it'll say slightly early or very early, and you know for a fact you are not timing it very early. Like, there's literally no chance, they're just making you miss because the dunks are RNG as well. So I wish that would have been addressed too, but I guess this is cool. Maybe I'll make some more dunks instead of getting taken out of them and putting in like weird ass layups. So maybe 93 dunk will be useful now, because in my opinion 96 dunk is kind of like the threshold I've been rocking with, because it's the only one I can actually get dunks with, because everything else is terrible, and 99 is too expensive. So maybe that will change that, so we'll see. So moving on, so this is for my big man. Hopefully you guys really like this. Adjusted the restitution between the ball and the rim to better reflect real life physics and reduce the frequency of excessively long rebounds on missed shots. So super long rebounds where you have your man boxed out and all of a sudden the person behind you just grabs it, or the 5'9" in the corner coming out the corner, it falls in his hands. Hopefully that shit is gone. That was really one of the most annoying things about this game, and this should have never been in the game in the first place. Kind of like how people say RNG rebounds, like, why do I have my man boxed out and the ball is flying to Yucatan and the person can just grab it when I already, you know, have my man boxed out, which took skill, which I did. So glad that's fixed. Hopefully we actually see a big change in that, and this is actually a real thing. So glad that's changed. So the next thing and the last thing enabled, the offensive 3-second rule for 1v1 proving grounds and 1v1 ante-up games. So now there's a 3-second rule, so that really affects post scorers. They can no longer just shake ass in the post for 17 seconds, you know, and just literally just shake ass and pump fake and go up, you know, over and over. That shit gets annoying. However, it is 3 seconds, but we all know if you play basketball in real life, if you play 2K, you know for a fact that it's not actually 3 seconds, it's more like 5. So they're gonna give you a chance to get out the paint when it's at 3. So that's literally how it is as well on 2K. So it's more like 5 seconds, but it's a lot easier to stop a post scorer in 5 seconds of them being under the basket than if they could be under there the whole shot clock, just twisting and turning, shaking ass in the post. So glad that is a great change, but I don't know why this wasn't implemented before. I don't really think the devs play their own game. Like, you know, post scorers play this way every year, and that's why the community complains about it, because of shit like this. That's why post scorers usually run the one-on-one courts every year, but the devs don't play their own game, it seems, or I don't know. I don't know how they don't play against this and think like this needs to be changed. So glad this was changed, and I'm excited about that for sure. So moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is just Badge Plug's reaction to all the changes. So I honestly agree with everything he's saying, but I just want to show you guys because it's actually hilarious. But I'm glad one of the bigger content creators is literally putting his opinion out there and voicing his opinion instead of just staying silent. So long story short, without reading all this, he's basically saying it took 125 days to fix all this stuff. Like, this is stuff that should have already been fixed. I 100% agree with. This is something that should have already been in the game from day one. Also, we haven't heard any word on proving grounds, the fact that you can just dashboard, you know, when you're losing, and you'll keep your rank no matter what. So the whole proving grounds leaderboard is like all people with 40 and 50 win percentages, which is why no one really plays it, and also just because the shooting in there is horrendous. Also, the RNG in the game, you know, SBMM, EOMM, whatever, force momentum changes, latency, random spikes, all that stuff, none of it's been addressed. Like, skill-based matchmaking is fine, but at the same time, you can't have skill-based matchmaking in casual game modes when there's this much RNG and force momentum stuff. You ever notice how you're up 20 in the rec, and all of a sudden that third quarter hits or fourth quarter hits, and the other team just starts making all these shots that they weren't making at the whole, you know, beginning of the game? So it always happens that way. I don't know why. Or, you know, if the ball goes long on a rebound, it's like the person makes the shot 100% of the time. So again, this patch, you know, it's a great patch. I'm happy that they updated this stuff, but at the same time, like, this is stuff that should have already been fixed before the game even came out. This never should have been the game for, you know, the last 125 days. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully we can get another patch, but I fear this may be the last patch for 2K25, just being that, you know, they're going to start working on 26. It's now January. They usually don't touch the game too much at this point. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and if you like this patch, you don't like this patch. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like the video. Hey, and check out this last video, my 6'9" demigod in the rec, if you want to see a tall dribbling build that could do everything. The same build that's in this gameplay. Appreciate y'all, and I'm out, bro.